There's the tally. That remarkable run of success for South Africa over France. And the South African side, well, you can look at that and say there's a cornerstone, Frankie Horn, Kyle Brown and Renfred Dezel, but the rest of them are all new this year. And it's quite a testing time for Paul True, putting together pretty much a new side with the absence of the likes that we used to know, Rhino Benjamins, Wandile Stick and Biozo, and of course key to them the injured Cecil Africa. Here are France. Now look at this for a moment, because I think this is a much better lineup than they've produced for many a year. Particularly, we didn't see him much in the opening game, Jean-Baptiste Gobelet from Biarritz, a fine winger here. Brouaha from Stade Francais. Paul Alberdeja runs it, the man who used to play for Dax. And Renaud Delmas, a great finisher. I think, if not this tournament, along this season, they are going to be quite a threat to most, but we shall see. David Smolchevsky from Canada, who wasn't with us earlier in the season. Dubai and George is back in, and an experienced sevens referee. And just fascinated to see what kind of a fist France make of it here. They've promised, but not yet produced. But it's early days for a new squad and a new coach, Frédéric Pomerel, with Thierry Janacek, the former coach, now an assistant coach. And immediately the whistle blows loud, and it's a man taken out, is it? Could be a card. It's a close call there for Paul Alberdejo. So how will South Africa fare without their leading point scorer, Cecil Africa, who scored 17 tries this season, but is out injured at the moment. So Branco Duprier is taking the principal playmaker role. Ball popped up there by Kyle Brown, the captain. Kyle Brown of the blonde hair. Ball went forward. Nervous moments here. Peter Engelbrecht. There's Kyle Brown, Cape Town man, who will be 24 on Sunday. Youthful side, new men up there, Lubabalo and Tembu, alongside one of the great forwards of the present game, Frankie Horn. So France here in that deep navy blue. Used to be a brighter colour in days gone by. It's almost black in the national 15 side. Pretty untidy so far. There's Frankie Horn on this near side in the front row. Well, he's been the mainstay. Player of the year when South Africa won the overall title in the days of what it was called the IRB Sevens, now the HSB Sevens World Series, the new title sponsor. Oh, it's still very scrappy and messy. Well, a couple of minutes and really little of significance has happened. Feeling each other out. Kyle Brown doing the hooking job. Got to be versatile in this. Still having trouble with the set piece. Branco Duprier scrambled away a bit there to Dezel. Dezel without his regular partner, who's of course moved on to bigger things in the 15s game. Rhino Benjamin. Oh, nice interception, and made it very easy. Very light on his feet is Branco Duprier. And saw him playing in the under-20s level. He's only 20 now, and played in Argentina last summer in the Junior World Championships. Missed the Commonwealth Games, where South Africa got the bronze medal, beating England in that third, fourth playoff. Made it look very simple, rather few holes in that French defence there. Player who was born in George, and in the main street there is the P.W. Botha College, where he attended, and of course where the South African Sevens have been held for the last 10 years, 7 years. And the future of the South Africa Sevens location is yet to be decided by the South African Union. Acebes sets it up. Some ball at last for France. Buraha to Albaladejo. Good spoiling, or was there a knock-on in the way? Perhaps it was just. Not a whistle so far. Always looks anxious, Paul True here. Played a big part in lifting South Africa Sevens to the heights, and of course got the ultimate reward with the overall title, the World Championship you could call it, really, just a couple of years ago. Well, it's been a bit sloppy, and the useful interception by Albaladejo, and another whistle for interfering with the player. And I think there might, is it going to be a card? Just a warning, I think. May have been Desal. Tried to block the would-be attacker. So here's Terry Buraha. 4 years with Stade Francais, and now central contract with the French Federation to play sevens. This is Fadand making his debut from the Massy club. He's produced quite a lot of top players. Second league, but a great production line coming out of the Massy club. This is Buraha. He used to play in Châteaudun. That was his original place. Live wire scrum half. Now, key figure here is Delmas. Man, they need to give some room, but it's Abeland who gets away. Delmas is on the inside, took it well, but it was too obviously signposted there. An easy tackle for Duprier. But they should have run away, and they didn't, and it's a free chance now for France, and the drive is Gobelet. Is this his first try in the sevens shirt of France? It is indeed. Jean-Baptiste Gobelet has been a top 14 star with Biarritz, makes his debut and gets his first try to bring France straight back into the fray. Well, I think once they've settled down as a unit, I think it's going to be a useful French side this season. Started off pretty shakily against Fiji, but it was in the deep end, really. And the success of the conversion brings the scores level. Saw him many times playing in the top 14, the French Premiership League, and very difficult man to stop, and scored many a try for Biarritz, and was around when they won the French title, and also in the Heineken Cup final. A little bit of chat between the touch judge and the referee, who blows the half-time whistle. Locked up there. And remember, France haven't beaten South Africa since 2005. Is this to be the parting of the ways, the turning of the corner? Just wonder.
En défense, soyez meilleurs au bord des rugs. Jean-Charles, des côtés au bord du rug. En défense, on ras et on monte.
Well, there's a face and a voice that you'll, I'm sure, know of old. Thierry Janacek, who's been brought back into the squad, not as chief coach, but as assistant coach, along with Frédéric Pomerel. This is him. No doubting the passion. Keep the focus was the message. And watch your defence. Pull true. Another man of great passion and enthusiasm for sevens. 8 errors is too many, and that's probably what he's saying. Well, the city of Wellington, the capital city of New Zealand, and of course one of the great sights here is the waterfront, and the cruise liners come in here now. Look, it looks as though it's actually leaning against the stands of the Westpac Stadium, but we're that close to the docks of the big cruise liners and the ones that grow across the strait between the North and the South Islands here in the lovely Wellington. Quite a compact capital city of 188,000, and it's got a wonderful hinterland of coastline and mountains, and a pretty tough golf course, which I experienced with the man who looks after all the referees in the IRB7s, the HSB7s, and Keith Lawrence took me out to his golf course. That was a bit of mountain climbing, and wonderful welcome. Wish my golf was up to it, but we didn't lose. We drew. Lovely course, a Hario. Oh my word. Well, he jumped up there, and down goes Branco de Pria, but I don't really think the defender was at fault. Well, it's an interesting decision here, because we'll listen in on this. David Smorczewski. You see, I don't think the defender really could do much about this. Is it a card? Well, he's saying it's a kind of spear tackle. Well, I'm not sure how he could have avoided that, to be honest. He was committed, but he's out. And that's a pretty savage blow for France. I'm not quite sure what the defender could do. Here's Branco de Pria, though. He's certainly going to make up for that with a try. I don't see where the spear element was in that. I mean, he jumped into the defender. I'm sorry, maybe I've got it wrong, but good try. Well, have a look here. Well, there he should have let go. Oh, well, that I see. Now we've seen the end of the tackle. Then he should have made sure he didn't tip him upwards like that. Okay. I'll amend my thoughts on that. Somehow or other, you've got to stop yourself from allowing the player to go dive down. So he had to go, yeah. 12-7. That's Gobelé, powerful wing three-quarter in the 15s game, and doing the graft there. So remember, they're down to 6 without Albert Dejo. In goes Fadand. The ball in the hands of South Africa again, and remember, 6 against 7 is well nigh impossible when you've got the pace of Renfred Desailles. Oh, he's out. He's run over the dead ball line. Well, the in-goal touch judge was right on the spot, and this time Renfred Desailles looks bemused, but I'm sure he did put the foot beyond that back line, or on that line. There you go, no question. And a very conscientious in-goal touch judge. And Desailles will